welcome back to my channel, and in this video we're going to be discussing the third stage of labor. Third stage of labor is when you are now considered fully dilated and ready to push your baby out. So congratulations when you get to this point. And to push the baby out, your midwife should normally teach you how to push the baby out. So normally you will start off by, they will tell you to push, or you will feel like pushing. In most cases you will be feeling like, okay, I think I need to push. The baby feels like it's coming. So what you need to do is to start pushing. Now, how do you start pushing, or how do you push? It's quite difficult to push out a baby. Normally, as if it's your first baby, it can take up to 2 hours to push your baby out. The reason why it takes so long is because you've never done it before. Your body's never done it before. You are not used to pushing a baby out. So it will take you some time to get to the rhythm, to get the feel, to get the pushing right. So normally when you start pushing, you're going to start pushing really hard, and you feel like, I'm pushing so hard, why isn't this happening? And you're going to be pushing in your face a lot. So you're going to start doing this sort of pushing like this. I will demonstrate each one. So you start to push. When we say push, you're going to be doing it. Or you're going to be doing loads and loads of noise and doing loads and loads of vocal pushing as well. So what these pushings are doing is just getting you to get into the feel of pushing. So it's fine and it's normal. The next part, when you start to feel like, okay, you're going to start pushing, is when you start to push a lot in your stomach. So you're going to push really hard, and you're going to go, and it's just going to be right here in your stomach, okay? And we're going to be thinking, oh, okay, you're doing great, you're doing good, but it's not pushing the right way. So your midwife will tell you and say, no, you need to be pushing down, push really hard. And the first time they'll be telling you, like, push as though you're going to do a great big number 2, okay? Pushing a baby out is the same sensation as though you are really constipated and you really need to go and do a number 2. So please do not feel like, oh my god, what is she saying, or what is he saying when he says push like you want to do a number 2. And you're thinking, what? I don't want to do that. I'm sure in your head you're thinking, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do a number 2. However, it's the only way to do it right. So just forget everything that's in your head and thinking, oh my goodness, and what am I going to do? What if I do a number 2 for real? This is actually a good thing, okay? If you do a number 2 for real, it means you're doing the right pushing. It means that you're pushing and all your effort is going in the right direction, okay? So it's very good if that actually does happen. So number 1, you're going to start pushing right in your face, and then you're going to start to push in your stomach. And the next stage is when you start to push right in your bottom, which is where you need to push. The best way to do pushing is to try to avoid making noise, because that will be really like, wasting your energy, and you'll be spending a lot of energy making sounds. So what you want to do is try to not make any sounds. And my way of doing it is for you to take a deep breath. When the contractions come, you will be feeling like pushing. So this is nothing new. So you'll be feeling like you want to push. You take a deep breath as this. Put your chin down to your chest like this. And you want to push down like you want to do in number 2. Okay? So this is what you're going to do. Notice there was no sound? Yes, you're going to push with no sound, and all your energy is going to be focused down below, okay? So you take a deep breath, you close your mouth, put your chin down to your chest, and you're going to push as hard as you can down your bottom, like you're doing a number 2. And please do not worry if you do a number 2 for real, because the midwives are very good at being really discreet and cleaning things down below. So when we actually see a number 2, we get really happy, because it means that your baby is on its way and you are pushing in the right direction. So please do not worry one bit whatsoever about doing that. Of course, it's easier said than done, and you will feel like, what are you talking about? No way am I doing the number 2. However, if there is anything in your bowels, I'm afraid it will come out, and it's good for it to come out, because after you've delivered, you're not going to feel like going for quite some time. So this is a good thing. Another good thing is that Mother Nature is really kind, and sometimes before you go into labor, you will end up having a little bit of a loose bowel movement. So your body will go and clear itself out, and this could be a sign that you could be going into labor very soon. But however, if you are in labor and we're telling you to push, don't let that bother you one bit at all, because it means you're doing all the right stuff, and it means your baby's coming. So at this point, you're going to be pushing. When you have contraction is when you need to push. Once your contractions are not there anymore, you just need to relax and breathe and just wait for the next contraction, and therefore you start to push with that again. However long it takes you to push a baby depends on whether it's your first time pushing, whether the baby is a bit more in the right position, and also sometimes you could push for a long time and it doesn't come, and that will mean moving on to other ways of getting your baby out. I'm not going to go too much into that. We're just going to focus on this stage as in pushing your baby out naturally yourself. So the more you push effectively, which means pushing down below, down into your bottom, the sooner your baby will come. You will get to a point where the midwife will say, okay, don't push, slow down, stop, or just breathe or pant. Okay, at this moment it means your baby's head is crowning. This is when your baby's head is right at the perineum and it's crowning. Okay, you may be feeling a lot of burning sensation, and you feel like, oh my goodness, like, you know, it really burns. This is just meaning your baby's head is crowning, and at this point you don't need to do any more pushing, because your contractions will push the baby out by itself, which is why we always tell you to stop pushing, because if you push, you have a risk of then having a tear of the perineum. So we don't want you to push. So it's very important that at some point during your pushing stage, you listen out for the stop sign, the stop pushing command from your midwife or the doctor. And at this point, your baby's head will come out with itself. Once that happens, your baby's head will rotate to the right direction, and then you just need to push out the baby's shoulders, and then the body will follow. So once that gets to that point, baby's head is out, your midwife will quickly check to make sure there's no cord around your baby's neck. If there is a cord around baby's neck, they'll normally just loop it over the baby's head, which is not a problem at all. When they finish checking that and you have next contraction, they will ask you to give a big push, and then again, deep breath, chin down, and push really hard into your bottom, and baby's shoulders should come one side at a time, and then the rest will follow, and baby's body is out, and they will give you baby towards you like this over here. So then they will say, okay, congratulations, your baby's born, and they will ask you to maybe have a look at the sex of the baby, or they will tell you the sex of the baby, or your partner will be there to check for the sex of the baby. And at this point, they will try to get baby stimulated and drying the baby, making sure baby's not too wet. And what they will try to do also is to make sure the baby is skin to skin with you, and they will cover up baby to keep baby warm. And then at this point, they will also then be waiting and checking to make sure that the cord has stopped pulsating, so which means that the last bit of all the good, lovely nutrients is gone from the placenta to your baby before they will clamp the cord and get either your partner or a relative or somebody else or yourself to cut the cord. If nobody's there to do that, then a midwife will do it for you. So the next video that I'm going to do is going to be about the fourth stage of labor, which is delivering of the placenta. So much for watching this video. I hope this has been helpful. If it has, please subscribe to this channel, like and share. If you have any comments, please leave it below, and I'll be more than happy to answer for you. And I will hopefully see you in the next video. The discussing about the delivery of the placenta, also known as the fourth stage of labor. Thank you so much. See you soon.